So this week we have Mike on the cameras and Cam on the microphones. Mike on the cameras, Cam on the mics. Do you guys ever think about switching jobs?
What do you mean?
Well, it's just your names are each other's area of expertise.
What? I couldn't operate a camera. It's like asking a duck to walk.
Yeah, and I couldn't do the microphone, so it'd be like asking a duck to swim.
Ducks do both of those things.
Ducks are birds, and birds are for flying.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Okay, fine. I'm just saying you don't have to do just one thing.
Look, just because your name implies a certain job doesn't mean you have to do that job. Isn't that right, garbage disposerella?
Please, call me Gabby.
One more time for my crew that give you a little behind the scenes taste right there. Woo! Okay, so welcome to Laughs for Lunch, the show where we make food that vibes like the waves of the ocean, like the birds in the sky, like the beat of my heart. I'm your host, Yuki, and for anyone that's curious, that previous that show description that I just read was submitted to us by our previous episode's guest. If you'd like to see that episode in its entirety, it's available for free on YouTube. Just look up Laughs for Lunch. Alrighty, so that's enough about the past, I think. Let's focus on the now. We have a very good show for you today. Because today, we're breaking form just a little bit from our usual 1.5 episodes we've done. And instead of just making one dish, we're going to be making 3 different dishes from one key ingredient.
Yeah.
Wow! And that key ingredient is kabocha squash! Whoa! But before we get to the main dish, we have some sketch comedy that's going to be performed that we're going to watch by new sketch comedy troupe Juice Bar. Wow! And before we get to that, we're going to show you a little cooking hack of sorts that's guaranteed to improve your life.
Wow.
Let's see. Okay, so let's just get right into the cooking. Oh, I have an additional exciting thing I'd like to announce. Can't believe we have so much good news in just this one show. We have a new assistant joining the Laughs for Lunch kitchen.
Wow!
She was introduced to me by Jesse Price, who is a good friend of mine, who you may have seen, make an appearance in the show, maybe, I don't know. Yes, this is Jesse's cousin. Please welcome to my kitchen, Suzanne.
Oh my goodness, thank you. It's so good to see you. Thank you. Hello.
How are you doing today?
I am doing so good. It is my television debut, and I just couldn't be more tickled. Yeah. And I have an apron. I want to look cute like you.
Cookie man.
That's right. This is my papa's apron. I borrowed it from him. He's a cookie man. He loves to eat cookies.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, it's a little big. Okay. Hey, let's get it going.
Alrighty, so for your very first administrative assistant task,
Yes.
you're going to show us a little kitchen hack of sorts. Actually, a little segment that we're calling Kitchen Tips.
I'm so excited.
Alright, so I actually have, what we do in this segment is we are going to answer a question submitted to us by a viewer. So let me just read the prompter over there.
That's right.
Okay, so this comes through us through one of our socials, at ThickWaffles15, thick with 2 C's, says, every time I buy a dozen eggs, I take half of them and boil them and save them for my breakfast.
I do that too.
That's a meal prep
I
thing.
do. Yeah.
Well, wouldn't you know it, just this morning, I cracked open a raw egg over my desk.
Oh, poor little sweet pea.
How do I prevent this from happening again?
Well,
Okay, well, ThickWaffles15, my advice to you is stop bringing boiled eggs to work.
oh,
That's weird.
I don't think it's that weird, sweetie.
Which is why you're going to show us
That's
the
right.
actual helpful advice for how to avoid bringing a raw egg to work and cracking it open.
That is
over your desk.
absolutely right. I have a hack for this. And it's really simple, okay?
Okay.
So what you're gonna do, you're gonna take your 2 eggs, okay? One of them is boiled, one of them is raw. We don't know which one. What are we gonna do? Okay, so what we're gonna do, Yuki, is we're gonna spin them. Oh my goodness, did you see the one on the right, how that spins so many times?
Yeah, and the one on the left barely spun at all.
That's right.
Okay.
That's
so,
right.
which one's which?
So the one that is raw, so I'm forgetting this a little bit because I put them in the container the right way. So I think it is that the left one, yeah, okay, I remember. Left has an L and so does boil. So the left one is gonna be the right one that we
Okay.
want to open.
Yes, okay. Suzanne,
But then,
I asked you to do one thing.
right, I know that. I know,
Okay,
I
and
know
now
that.
you're kind of
Yuki,
Okay,
Sweet
it's
Pea.
your very
Sweet
first
Pea,
task.
Sweet Pea, I got this covered. Okay,
Okay,
I know. And then
yes.
there was the other one was that the camera has an R, so that is a right. So
Okay.
that's I'm having a hard time remembering if it was a my left and right or if it was the camera left and right.
Why would you do that?
Well, because
Why would you memorize it from the camera's perspective?
Because I'm on television, Yuki. It's my first time on television. I was at
But your
researching.
left is still left. Why would you think about it from the camera's left?
Because the audience needs to understand and not get confused whenever they're doing it. It's like when you're watching a yoga instructor and you're like, which way? What did you say? I don't know. You know?
So you think the audience has a boiled egg and a raw egg in their hands at this moment, and they are spinning it, but also doing it so it lines up with the camera?
Well, I think that that's very possible, Yuki. Yeah, so I think that we should give this
Okay.
one another little spin.
Yeah, okay, that one spins a lot,
That
so
spins
this
a lot.
must be
that
the
must
one
be the one
that's-
that is the raw one. The raw,
Okay,
already
are you
it's the boil.
sure?
I'm really not positive.
Oh.
No, I think we might want to just let's just go. Let's go for it. You break them for me.
No! The point is we figure out which is which without breaking them over. Which one? Okay, so left is boil and right is
It's
raw.
not over.
Right?
I think that's right. I'm not.
Okay.
I'm 70% sure.
And it's yours. Your
right.
left,
That's
camera
right.
left.
Yes, do it. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna hold it in case something happens.
Yeah, alright, fine. This one spins, this one doesn't spin.
I don't know.
Okay, great. Okay, the one that doesn't spin is raw. There we go. Kitchen tips. Thank you very much, Suzanne.
You're welcome, Yuki. I'm so glad to help. Okay.
My useless assistant, everyone. Really a lateral move from my brother, right? Okay, so let's get into the actual cooking. Why not? Like I said, we're going to be making 3 dishes for you in just under an hour. This is some true Iron Chef stuff, which I happen to be a fan of. So for this, I actually have some stuff that's pre-made. We have... oh, hold on. Sorry, should have done this first before handling that raw egg.
Food safety.
Food safety.
Food safety. We love it.
Love to see it. Here we go. These. Here we go. Okay, so I have some pre-cut kabocha that I have ready because I'm going to show you later on in the show how to fully cut open and process one of these bad boys. But for the sake of getting this dish started, we're actually going to make 2 of our dishes right quick in this segment right here.
Wow.
And that's because they need a little bit of time. They need like 20 to 25 minutes, maybe 30 minutes to cook. So we have here, let me just put this down, diced up kabocha, usually like about 1/2 inch per side, or cubed up, I guess. And then we have here rice that has been rinsed and prepared and set and the way you normally do with rice. And this dish is called kabocha gohan. It's a Japanese dish, at least the way I learned it, and that literally just means kabocha rice. And it's just kabocha that's been cooked into rice. We're just gonna put this in here, add some additional seasoning. In just a second. I have down here, this is cooking rice wine. Just gonna add a little dash of that, a little bit of salt. All right. Hey, welcome back.
I'm back. I just had to
All
wash
right.
my hands, sweetie.
course.
I'm here to help. Anything you need, okay?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Let's see. We get this rice cooker plugged in.
That was cool.
Oh, I was watching the time that you plugged too many things in and the power went out.
Oh,
that
what
was
an
funny.
adventure that was.
Yeah. I'm glad that's not going to happen this time.
All right. So we just have our rice that's already been washed and then set for 30 minutes. We have our cubed up tiny kabocha.
It looks
A
so
little bit of salt, a
good.
little bit of rice cooking wine, and then we just start cooking it. And
I'm
then in
excited.
25 minutes, we're gonna have delicious kabocha gohan.
Ow!
Oh, I would love to get prepared. That's right.
Yes,
I did just
excellent.
have the eggs on my hands. But I used soap when I washed them. So
Excellent.
we're
Thank you for-
sanitized beneath my gloves. That's important.
Thank
I read
you
that on the
for
internet.
doing the bare minimum.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
I did a lot of
Always
research.
count on you.
I did a lot of research on Wikipedia before I showed up today.
On washing hands.
On proper cooking etiquette, you know.
Okay, excellent. All right, so this next piece also uses kabocha. What? Yeah, that's the point, right? For our second dish, which also needs a good bit of time to fully cook, it's this dish is called kabocha no nimono. So it's a Japanese dish, once again,
It's amazing.
and it essentially just means simmered kabocha.
Wow.
So
That sounds so good.
yeah.
I'm so
Oh, yeah,
excited.
it's
I've
good
never
stuff.
had it before and I cannot wait to try it.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay, so once again, I'm going to show you later how to cut apart this kabocha, but when you do get it cut up, you want to cut it into like 2-inch pieces,
Can you take
and
a
you can
look?
leave the skin on because since this is simmered, it's gonna soften the skin up to where you can bite right through it.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love it. Is it true that there's more nutrients in foods if you leave the skin on there?
There is.
There is,
Also,
okay.
to some controversy, if you don't cook it, apparently, like
Uh-huh.
when you boil it to a certain point, you cook some of the nutrients out. So like
Oh.
raw broccoli has its benefits. Kabocha itself, yeah, lots of you leave the skin on. You got lots of good fiber. You got lots of great vitamins, but no minerals.
Oh, yeah. That's probably
Take a hike, minerals. Vitamins are with us now.
That's a good thing. Yes. Bravo, Yuki. We don't need any of those.
I am just kidding. There is magnesium, which is a mineral. So,
Oh.
yeah.
I don't know the difference between the vitamins
Yeah.
and the minerals, so I
Minerals
was just...
are vitamins' clingy friend that vitamins feels bad for, so they invite everything, but
Well, Yuki, I
nobody
know
wants
it's gonna
them around.
taste good.
Nobody takes a multi-mineral every day. Come on.
Well, no. But I know that it's gonna taste delicious because you're cooking it, and you're such a good cook. You really
Thank
are.
you, which is
sweetie.
why I'm going to have you cooking this.
Oh my gosh, I'm
All
so
right.
excited.
So,
Okay.
we're going to start with 1 cup of, this is a Japanese stock. That is, for most Japanese dishes, they use a stock that's normally made out of bonito flakes and kelp. There we go. So please
Amazing.
pour 1 cup of that into there.
I sure can do that.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not gonna make any messes like you made before, Yuki. That egg was a surprise, let me tell you.
The mess of not knowing which one was which.
That's right.
That was a bit of a mess, wasn't it?
We're gonna put it in here.
Yep, just go ahead and
Correct?
pour that on in.
We're gonna pour it on in.
All right.
I'm gonna try not to make my steps so precious because I'm a little nervous. I'm intimidated since you're such a good cook, Yuki.
Oh, come on.
I really am. Oh,
You can't mess it up anymore with me standing over you and...
lording over
Micromanaging,
me. That's
yeah.
right. Okay, what's this deliciousness?
Okay, so this is the sugar.
Whoa.
We just need a spoonful of that.
Okay.
Japanese cooking does use a good amount more of sugar than you
That a little
expect.
bit,
A little bit. You can shake a little bit off. Yeah, there we go. That's good.
Okay, sprinkle.
It was no different.
We like to sprinkle.
Yes. All right.
Ah.
And then give it like 2 turns or so of soy sauce. Just ordinary soy sauce.
Can do.
Mm-hmm.
Can do that, you betcha. Okay. You said just a little shoo-shoo? Okay,
Yeah.
a little shoo-shoo.
A little more, yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Maybe a
Oh.
little more. Maybe
Oh,
another
a
turn.
little
I
more
didn't
shoo-shoo.
know. We're being
Ooh,
quite
look.
timid there.
Ooh,
Okay.
there we go.
Just make sure that we're mixing this. And let's add a bit of salt too as well.
Okay, mix it with this.
Yes, why not?
Well, I already started, so that's good. I'm glad you said yes, because I'd already put it in the pan.
All right, and once your all your sugar and salt has dissolved, we're going to lay the kabocha skin side down into that pot.
Oh my goodness,
And we
and
do
it's gonna
this-
just soak up all those juices. It's gonna be so delicious,
Yes,
Yuki.
we're gonna let it simmer. It's gonna be so good.
Oh my word, I'm
So
so excited.
essentially, if you're wondering how much you should make at a single time, really just enough to line whatever pot or container you have, so that all of them can be laid side by side, skin side down. So if you use a bigger one like this, you're gonna make more, and I advise you make more because this is one of those dishes where the leftovers are actually better than immediately after it's cooked.
I love food like
Because
that.
even after you take it off of the heat, the kabocha continues to absorb a lot of that flavor, and it still continues to soften even more. It's
Oh, that sounds
It's
just
pretty good
absolutely
stuff.
delicious. It would be so good when you come in from a nice cold day and you need something to warm you up.
It
And you
is,
could put
yeah.
it in the microwave and heat it back up. Is that what you would
absolutely
do?
yes.
Okay.
All right, and now we can start laying the pieces down. I think.
Okay. Do I use my hand? Is
Yeah,
that okay?
yeah, you can use your hands.
Okay. And
So
you
I
said
mean, interesting you
skin side down? Is
skin
that what
side
you said?
down.
Okay.
Yep. Interesting you mentioned about eating this on a cold day. Kabocha and other squashes are often known as winter squash or maybe a fall squash. But they actually come to season and ripen in the summer. The reason they're enjoyed and called winter
Oh.
squash is because people who grow them, you can store them for several months at a time. So when they grow them, they harvest them in the summer and then store them, and then they eat them in the winter once.
Oh my goodness, that is such a good thing to know. I
Yeah.
really do hibernate in the winter time. And so having things that I could create whenever I have more energy and then I could pull them out of the old deep freeze and put them in something later, that would just be absolutely ideal for
Exactly.
me.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. So another thing about this kabocha no nimono is that it's gonna.
Oh my goodness, I'm glad I'm wearing an apron. Okay. I got a little splash, I did.
All right. So another thing about this kabocha no nimono is that you don't want your kabocha to be completely submerged. You want it to be at most 3/4.
Yeah, it's just barely going up over the skin, just a little bit. And
So,
so there's
as a matter
lots of room.
fact, yeah, we can add more. You can add water if you're planning for a long simmer. But since we're kind of working on a tight deadline, why don't we just add more of our
Do we use the
our
cup?
homemade stock? You can. I can trust you to just pour it in.
Oh, you eyeball things. You're a real chef. Yeah,
I-
I gotta get the measurements just right. So guys, I don't know, if you're gonna be able to replicate, but I think so. Oh God.
I don't
please-
trust measurements.
Please help
you know?
me, Yuki. I'm getting nervous. Oh, I don't
Going,
usually wing it.
going.
Ah, okay. All right.
Perfect. Pour the rest, not kidding.
It gave me a touch of anxiety. It sure did, Yuki.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we are going to set this to simmer.
That's at
Okay.
220 degrees Fahrenheit
Fahrenheit.
on this little dew top.
Yes, and that should just
Doodad.
keep it just around boiling temperature, which is 212 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh wow!
Hooray.
You're
Wow.
so smart, Yuki. I didn't know that. I don't think I studied that in high school at all. I don't remember it anyway.
Okay, no
I don't
worries.
remember a lot about
I didn't pay
that
attention
time.
to much of anything in high school either. So,
No, did you not? I was a cheerleader, so I was really busy on
Okay.
the field
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
lots
You
of
certainly
things.
have the voice for it.
Do I?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness! I could cheer for you right now.
Oh, fine. Go ahead. Hold on. Wait. Yeah. Go ahead.
Y-U-K-I, Yuki, yeah, woo!
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
So now we got everyone pumped up and ready to go. We are going to switch gears a little bit. Guys, I am so excited for what's about to come on. We're about to premiere. That's right, their very first live show to a sketch comedy group. I love sketch comedy. I don't know if you can tell. I don't get to do too much of it because of this show, unfortunately.
Yeah.
No?
I love the sketches.
But yes, I'm so happy that I get to give this brand new sketch troupe their very first live show. But before we get to that, we're gonna move this kitchen and we're gonna get a word from our sponsor. So if you would, Suzanne, please
Oh,
help me.
Yes, you direct me, Yuki.
Mm-hmm. We're gonna move this table over there and a word from our sponsor.
Okay. This is the stunt portion that you told me about.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right.
Stunts are going your way.
Thank you.
I have some very exciting news. I'm launching my very own line of hot sauce. Introducing the Euster's sauce. We can't say the name. Which part? Find it in the sauce aisle. Yes.
Alrighty. Yes, and for anyone that is interested, I do have some bottles of my homemade hot sauce available for sale right after the show. Okay, so I want to bring these guys out without any further ado. Please welcome to their very first show, Juice Bar!
Love Juice Bar.
Been doing a lot of research on this canoe.
Yeah, it's one of the best we have in the store. I can take that down for you if you want.
Yeah, that'd be great. Choppy waters today, huh? Think this is stable enough? Yeah. It's got a nice bridle. Looks good for Eddie hopping.
Whatever you say, ma'am.
I dropped my oar. You think you could get it for me?
Sure, let me get that for you.
Thanks. I need a life jacket.
So, do you want to buy this or not?
I'm really doing it!
Okay, just let me know if you need anything else.
I'm canoeing!
We're here to help.
I am canoeing! Today is my day!
Hello everyone, my name is Matthew Stoner, private investigator, and I'm here to tell you a tale. The tale of two Charles, Pasquales, the tale of two Charles. Next slide. In the 1950s, Charles Entertainment Cheese, or you might know him as Chuck E. Cheese, was born an orphan. And as an orphan, he had a dream. Because no one celebrated his birthdays, he wanted to celebrate birthdays with children all across the country. So with the dream and a little bit of sadness, next slide, he moved to New York City, where Charles, a literal rat, was living in a pizzeria. In that pizzeria, he met his longtime friend and business partner and fellow musician, Pasquale. And after a few weeks of a whirlwind friendship, Charles pitches his idea. Next slide. Pasquale, let's open up a restaurant. You're gonna cook some pizza, and I'm gonna entertain. Next slide. In 1977, they opened up the first Chuck E. Cheese's Pizza Time Theater, and it is the best goddamn place to go as a child in the late 70s to early 80s. Next slide. And they are making so much goddamn money. $10 million, $12 million, $15 million. They're expanding, they're franchising, they're merging with similar businesses like Showbiz Pizza. Next slide. But you know, it's not enough for young orphan Charles, who's now 50 years old and smokes a cigar. So he approaches his friend again. After a couple of decades, he says, Pasquale, I need to be younger. Pasquale, hesitant at first, says, okay, but you know what? Next slide. It works! Oh my God! 50-year-old Charles Entertainment Cheese becomes 18-year-old Charles Entertainment Cheese. Next slide. And oh my, they're making so much more money. From the 1990s to 2010, they're making $20 million, $40 million, $60 million. And many of you here today watching live and here in the audience probably went to a Chuck E. Cheese during this time. But the old pain never truly goes away, does it? Because Charles approaches his friend once again. Next slide. Says, Pasquale, I never want to be an orphan again. I need to be younger. His friend pleads, please, Charles, not again. I can't make you any younger, let alone change you into a different type of animal. But you know what? Next slide. It works! 18-year-old rat Chuck E. Cheese becomes 16-year-old skateboarding mouse Chuck E. Cheese. And they're expanding, they're making more money. Next slide. But something is amiss. Next slide. Because people aren't coming into a Chuck E. Cheese anymore. They're playing their Minecraft and they're playing their Fortnite. They don't want to do gambling for children. Next slide. And guess what happens in 2020? The coronavirus pandemic hits. It hits all of us. And people aren't going into Chuck E. Cheese. People aren't going anywhere. Next slide. And during this time, there are delivery-only brands on Grubhub and DoorDash and this thing called Ghost Kitchens. They start popping up everywhere. Delivery-only brands delivering you the same foods under different names. Next slide. Charles gets an idea. My business has changed. Maybe I need to change my business too. And maybe I can change a little bit. Next slide. But you know what? Charles thinks to himself, man, my life has changed. I was a 50-year-old cigar-smoking rat to an 18-year-old cool rat to a 16-year-old cool mouse. No one's going to order Chuck E. Cheese pizza, delivery, or takeout, are they? So he starts to reconsider his life. Next slide. You know who's at the center of it all? Pasquale is at the center of it all. He approaches his friend one final time. Next slide. And he says, Pasquale, I want to be you, his friend. He doesn't have it in him for the last time. He says, Charles, when will this stop? Next slide. Never! Never stop for capitalism, Chuck E. Cheese. Next slide. And that same year, Charles Entertainment Cheese launches his delivery-only brand, Pasquale's. See what I'm saying, folks? Chuck E. Cheese is just Pasquale's. If you've ever ordered takeout Pasquale's, you are just getting Chuck E. Cheese. It's the same thing. Next slide. They're the same thing. Next slide. But this is just the beginning, my friends, because you know what? The problem lies deeper. It's everywhere. The more you look, the more you see it. Next slide. Wingville is just Fazoli's. It's just wings. It's just chilies. And most of all, next slide. Guy Fieri's Flavortown Kitchen is just Boca de Beppo. Next slide. Ghost kitchens are everywhere. Stay vigilant. I'll see you next time. And now, in town for one night only. McQueen! A car we're lucky to have here at Game On AGX, the star of Pixar's upcoming automotive streaming series, Cars on the Road! Here to perform a series of vignettes inspired by other classic films, it's Lightning McQueen!
Good job!
First up, the movie Speed!
Help! Help! I can't slow down!
Next, the movie Titanic!
I'm the Lightning McKing of the world!
And now, the movie 50 Shades of Grey!
Wait, what? Wow! Wow, that's way too big! My trunk can't take that!
Next, the movie 7!
Oh, what was in that box?
Now, the movie The Ring!
Seriously, something's coming out of the box! It's scary, I don't like it!
Finally, the movie Pulp Fiction!
Will somebody tell me what was in that fucking suitcase?
Welcome back to Pizza Court. Alex, you ordered a slice of pizza. You claim you did not get what you asked for.
That is correct, Your Honor.
What did you order?
I ordered a thick slice of pineapple pizza.
Thick. And what did you get?
What was handed to me was a thick slice of pineapple with pizza toppings, which I refused.
Is that not what you ordered?
No. I ordered a thick slice of pineapple with pizza on top. What I got was a thick slice of pineapple with cheese and sauce on top.
Who did you order from? Are they present in this court today?
Yes. I ordered from that kid over there.
Did you sell Alex a slice of pizza?
Yes.
I see. Alex, do you have any evidence of the pizza?
Yes, of course.
Jordan, is this the sign that was at your pizza store?
It is not. That is a copy.
Alex, is this a copy of the pizza sign?
Yes, Your Honor. I hired a police sketch artist to draw a composite sketch of the pizza menu sign.
Jordan, do you have any witnesses?
I do. But they have chicken pox. I do have a police sketch of the pizza slice.
Alex, is this the pizza you ordered?
That is not. That is a police sketch.
I see. There has been a new piece of evidence admitted to the court. As we can see here, a thick pineapple pizza slice is different from a thick pineapple pizza slice. If Alex ordered a thick pizza slice and he received a thick pineapple slice with cheese and sauce on top, he did not get what he paid for. $3 in favor of the plaintiff.
Justice!
Alright. Give it up one more time. Love to help grow the sketch scene in this town, because we could use it. Alright, if I get my assistant to help me bring the kitchen back in, that would be lovely. As well. Alright.
Oh, I'm so glad to be back. I really am. But I took my gloves off. I'm gonna have to put those back on. I'm so sorry.
Don't think you. Okay, whatever's fine if you want.
All right. I just hope that we don't have one of those kitchen detectives come in and say that I'm doing it wrong. What do they call those people? Food safety kitchen detectives.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was like, wait, is there something I need to worry about where someone's just gonna burst in and like?
Well, I don't know. I've seen some shows, you know, where they get real angry in the kitchen, and I didn't know if that was the environment that we had here.
Is there a kitchen food safety inspector in the audience? You have to tell us if you are.
Yes, it's a rule. I saw that on Law and Order. You have to tell us if you're a police officer.
Exactly.
Retired.
Right.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Alrighty, so as I said, we're going to be making a main dish that also features the kabocha. Yeah. But to help me do this, I'm going to ask for the help of a friend. He is a social media manager for Facebook, I think.
Oh
Not
my
100%
goodness,
clear.
that sounds really important.
Yeah, imagine being the social media guy for Facebook.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, please welcome to my kitchen, Randall Ragby.
Oh, he's a cutie. I'm gonna let you do it.
Hi.
How are you, Yuki?
Great.
Very good to see you.
Good to see you too.
This is
All
great.
right.
You are doing a real thing here.
Yeah. I never denied that I was.
Yeah, it's just outstanding.
Okay, thank you. I think
It's art, is what it is. You know, if you commit to something, it becomes art.
Yes, that's the rule. Would you like to put on some gloves for this cooking segment? Or?
Yes, I will.
Okay.
Yeah, that seems like the right, safe thing to do, given the environment.
All right. So this kabocha. So a funny little fact in Japanese, kabocha actually just means squash. So when I say kabocha squash, I'm just saying squash, squash. This is the most prevalent type of squash in Japan. So when they say squash, this is usually what they mean. Okay, so one thing you'll notice with the kabocha, it has a very thick, tough exterior. But on the inside, it's velvety, soft, maybe even a little sweet.
Oh, that's like you, Yuki.
Oh,
yeah.
Wasn't fishing, but I like what I caught. All right, let's
Good one,
Yeah,
Suzanne.
I like
Very
that
funny.
too. I just thought of it in my brain just now.
Okay. So to get started, you're going to cut through it vertically, or the way I do it. There are different ways, of course. But I cut through it vertically, meaning we want to get rid of this thing first.
Yeah, there's so many ways to cut a squash. Have you ever
Yes,
noticed
indeed.
that?
Yeah.
You can do it vertically, horizontally,
A third way.
you could do it at different points too. You could even start the cut at a different point there, but I see you're going with the traditional center
Vertical.
cut.
Oh,
So
Yuki,
one
please
trick-
be careful,
course.
sweet pea.
So some tricks to help you cut it if you are having trouble. You can actually, I've never had to do this, but you can microwave it for a minute, and then that'll make it a little bit softer and easier to cut. Once you get the knife in a little bit, what I like to do is I like to take my non-cutting hands on the back side of the knife, and then with the heel of my hand and my fingers kind of push it apart to help open that up. And once you do that,
Whoa.
when you do that with the microwave, do you do that while it's in the microwave?
That was a good question.
You know what? No, I think you probably shouldn't be cutting vegetables inside the microwave.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, and so we have on the underside, there's also like a stem type thing. I don't know why the kabocha needs this, but I'm not here to question its anatomy.
I do believe if it has a stem, it is a fruit.
Yes. That's. I don't know enough about fruits to.
No, neither do I.
Say
Neither do I.
yes or no. So we have a bunch of seeds, similar to pumpkin. We have a bunch of seeds, so we're just gonna scoop these out. I'm just gonna drop these in right here. We don't need to see that.
Can you make anything with those seeds, Yuki, like you can with
Absolutely.
pumpkin seeds?
You can roast them. You can use them in a vegetable stock. It's still a lot of good vitamins, nutrients, and minerals in there. So we're just gonna scrape out the inside, similar to a pumpkin. Oh man, it's almost that time of year, isn't it? Oh, I guess you guys don't really do Halloween, huh?
No, not really. That's
Or wait, no, the British, they use turnips to make jack-o'-lanterns, right?
Yes, right you are.
What in the world are you talking about?
That's the origin of the jack-o'-lantern. It was originally made with turnips.
Yeah, there's actually quite a number of things that originate
That's
from
not a joke,
the
that's
UK.
a fact.
Yeah, a lot of things that come from the UK that people actually are not aware of. People think British cuisine is bad, but it's actually not. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I spent some time in good old foggy, soggy London.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
So tell me, what are some of your you are an advocate obviously for British cuisine. What do we got?
Yeah, no, so actually it's funny we're even working with squash. The original squash actually comes from Britain. Fun fact.
The original squash.
Same with potatoes and cayenne, sugar, all of sugar.
All of
actually.
sugar originated in Britain.
Wow.
Yeah, not the mainland, it was mostly the colonies. But
I think I see what's going on here.
yeah, but it was under British rule.
And therefore it counts as a British
Still
discovery.
Still counts.
Even though those indigenous cultures were using it long before.
Right.
That sounds like stealing.
It does.
Maybe.
Well, it's funny you say that. I actually did my major as a focus on British colonial diplomacy. And
Really?
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, you're so smart. I can tell because you're wearing the glasses.
Right.
And you work at Facebook, I heard.
Yes, I'm actually in charge of promoting Facebook on social media.
Oh my God, that sounds amazing. Yeah, that's
So you
probably how I
manage
heard
the
about it.
Facebook, TikTok, or something.
Yeah, so actually they put me on other platforms to promote, to let people know, hey,
Right.
Facebook, we're still here.
Okay. And you're sure that they actually, that you're actually directing traffic to Facebook?
You know, that has been a point of concern
No kidding.
since I started, and really the whole time I've been there.
Oh my goodness, are you okay?
Are you alright?
Yes,
Oh,
I'm good,
sweetie,
don't
okay.
If you need me to get someone else to cut it, I can do that.
No, that would be humiliating, thank you. I'd rather lose a finger on live television than succeed this spot in my own kitchen.
Oh, Yuki, you need to be careful.
I
Honestly,
do.
I wanted to supervise for a second in case you needed me, but
She is right. You do want to be careful when handling a knife.
Absolutely. Okay, so you've noticed I cut this kabocha open, and it's already half, quarter, eighth, 16ths. For doing, I haven't even told you what we're gonna make, have I?
No.
Wow, how
No.
rude of me.
Seems obvious, though.
Yeah, it is obvious.
Right.
What
I
is it?
didn't get it. I'm not sure. Could you explain for me?
Well,
Yeah, explain for her.
for her.
For me.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
Suzanne,
Thank you.
today our main dish is going to be kabocha tempura.
Oh, those
Tem-
are the fried things.
Yes,
They're so delicious.
batter fried,
I'm
Japanese
so
style.
excited. Oh my.
If I'm not mistaken, tempura comes from the Latin root for not much time.
Took 4 years of Latin, but that sounds right. Yeah. No, I think actually it is technically Portuguese in origin because Japan and Portugal had a pretty good, pretty big trade thing going on. Yeah.
There's rotten Portuguese.
Oh, that
Careful
doesn't
there,
sound
Mike.
nice either.
Hey, I am half Brazilian, so I actually have a bit of a Japanese-Portuguese thing going on myself.
Oh, that's
interesting. That's
All right.
cool.
So normally you want to, so when you fry up kabocha tempura, you want it to be kind of thinner slices because you want it to cook quickly. You can't fry anything for that long without it eventually burning on the outside. So what I'm going to do is set these up. I'm going to actually cut these into thirds so they're a bit easier to share.
We love to share.
Love to share. In case anyone's interested in sampling some of these. This time I'll cut.
And I suppose you want to cut it thinly so that it fries faster to save time.
That as well. That's absolutely good. Wow, you actually do know stuff about cooking and food.
Yes,
I was a little worried when you first started, but okay, excellent. Okay,
Yeah.
so with
Now I know
that,
my way around.
why don't you get our batter mix going for us?
Oh, yes. Nothing like a good batter mix.
Yes, yes, indeed. Let's see. Here is our batter
That's
mix.
the batter?
Yes. So what I use
Already
is
done.
3. Well, not quite. We're just getting started.
Right.
So this is 3/4 of a cup of all-purpose flour, a 1/4 cup of cornstarch. Instead of all-purpose, you could also use like cake flour. You generally want to use lighter flours rather than heavier stuff like bread flour. And that is because you want your kabocha to have a nice, crispy, light texture. So if you would please mix this and 1 cup of water. Here we go.
Okay, where should that mixing happen?
Right here into this mixing bowl.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Okay. So that's
I
the water.
believe in you.
We'll start
You
with
can
this.
do it.
How do we know these measurements are exactly right?
They're usually not when I'm involved.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But you know, you can use this measuring cup that I have right here to measure
yes.
out that water. Yeah.
He's an eyeball chef. He likes
Saw
to
that.
eyeball it
Very good.
a little bit.
I don't know if I like that title, eyeball stuff.
Well, it kind of is the thing that you're doing. You're eyeballing the measurements instead of putting them down on
Okay,
paper
so
like a
this-
You
recipe.
said how much of the water? Did
1 cup of water.
Okay. Well,
And
we've got a cup right
let's
here.
go and put the powder or the flour in first before we.
Right.
Yes.
Yes.
Whatever's good. Yeah.
Okay.
We're going to be frying these in any kind of oil will do. We'll just use vegetable.
You make sure.
Unleaded.
You make sure you follow Yuki's directions. I want this to taste delicious, okay, sweet pea?
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I would.
Right
hate,
on.
I'd hate for you to mess it up.
Yeah, that's Suzanne's job.
Yeah. Well,
Hey, I'm
One-
kidding,
one cup.
Suzanne. 1
Yeah.
cup. Oh no, just go and put the whole thing in there. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All of that
All
is
right.
fine.
However much this is. Here we go.
It's a cup, but we don't need to measure that.
could you
Beautiful.
fry
Should it be?
anything
Should
in
it
there?
be? Should this be aerating the way it is?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
It's not dangerous to breathe in a little bit of flour.
Okay.
As far as I know. Yeah.
Good. I didn't think so.
I can pull out the WebMD and find out if you'd like.
Let's not. I don't need to.
All right.
All right, and pour all of this in.
1 cup of that. Yep. I just fill it up to the 1 cup line.
Ah, yes. It says 1 cups. It's not a
It
plural.
confused me as well. I think it is just
You
the
saw
one.
that as
I
well.
saw that
Yeah.
as well. I
Okay.
did.
Wow, you two are getting along so nicely. I am
Yes.
so
Good
excited to
I,
have
you too.
Good eye.
Yes.
both of you here to help me. Wow.
Okay. 1 cups.
Okay, so the thing about the batter is that you want to keep the gluten from forming because that's what makes the batter too chewy. You want to keep it nice, light, and crisp. So we recommend using cold water and then also not over mixing the batter once you have it. So you can just pour that right into there.
I'm not sure if it's cold enough, but
Yeah, I mean, you can also throw in some ice cubes into your batter mix just as you're cooking, just because you want to keep it cold. Unfortunately, we didn't have all the ingredients we need for ice, so we're just going to have to use chilled water instead. All
That's
right.
too bad.
And,
good coal.
and like I said, avoid over mixing. So like once I don't see any more obvious clumps.
Oh, you don't like to have the lumps
Actually,
and the clumps?
No, a little bit of lumps is fine. I just
Okay.
meant like once we don't see any more like patches of dry flour on top.
Lumps are never a good sign.
Well, they are if you're making mashed potatoes. I like to have a little bit of lumps in my potatoes.
Oh, is that how you make yours?
It is how I make them. It is, yeah. They're quite delicious.
Yes.
Just a little bit of
Potatoes, which, as we mentioned, originated from
England.
British colonies. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Right.
that's right.
All right, and then let's check on the temperature of this oil. You just want to. It only needs honestly a couple of minutes. Like,
I'm gonna come over and help with
Oh,
this.
God. Okay.
Yeah.
or if you'd like. Is that Fahrenheit? Yes. Okay.
Now, is this oil?
Yeah, what is it supposed to be, Yuki?
We're gonna fry it at around 350.
Excuse me, hold on. I forgot mine. Oh my god. 12931 Oh, it's going up. It's getting hotter.
That's extremely high.
It's getting hotter.
Yes, that's how you fry things in
You
oil.
boys be careful, okay? You be careful.
Thank you,
Okay.
Suzanne.
You're welcome.
She's wonderful.
I heard that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, now this, how hot will this get?
350 or so. Pretty
Right.
hot. Yeah.
Oh.
So
Okay.
is that okay?
Oh, sure. No.
Yeah, of course.
It's gotta be hot.
Yes. Right.
Oh my gosh, I just.
You like fried
realized-
foods?
Absolutely. Yeah, nothing like a good fish and chips. It won't
There we go.
spit though, will it? It's not going
It might
to-
splatter a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I mean, just regular fried food
I
stuff.
just realized you didn't have an apron, sweetie.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Way to go, Susie.
Yeah, I was assisting. Let me help you try
Very
it
good.
on. Yeah. Okay, you don't have to reach your arms up. I'm not going
Ah,
anywhere
very
up
good.
there.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. We just tie this on because your gloves. You want there's a food detective in the audience, and we don't want him to get us in trouble.
Oh, very good.
I won't do well in prison. Okay, there you go.
I notice this doesn't cover my face, more of the facial area.
Yeah, the aprons are meant to protect our clothes. And
Yeah,
body, yeah.
right. Yeah.
Are you okay?
Yeah, no, good.
All right, good.
Let's
yeah.
cook.
Let us cook indeed. This is taking a little bit longer to come to temperature than I thought. So, while we wait for this, let's play a game.
Oh!
Yeah.
That's me.
We're gonna play a little game of trivia.
Yes.
Now, Randall, it's gonna be you versus me on this trivia. But
Okay.
you can get the help of one lucky member of the audience. Can we get a volunteer that's gonna help? Excellent. Sir, what is your name?
Alfred.
Alfred. Okay, thank you
Hi,
very much for
Alfred.
volunteering. You will be assisting Randall in this game of trivia against me. And if you win, if you guys get enough points, you will be taking home a free bottle of one of my homemade hot sauces. How does that sound?
That's
What's the name of that hot sauce again?
Oh, I can't say it on air,
Okay.
so I'll have to just tell you afterwards.
That was
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah, that was my kind of marketing assistant person telling me that hot sauce names have to be like really edgy and like downright filthy, which is obviously not my brand.
What are you? What would you put a hot sauce on?
British.
What in the world are you talking about? You could put a hot sauce on just about anything, don't you know? I think you could put it on a potato, you could put it on a chip, you could put it on a salad if you wanted to get really crazy. I bet you could put it on the squash. You could put it on pretty much anything. You could put it on your finger and take a little lick if you wanted to.
Exactly.
Right. No, I know all that. I'm just meaning, what would you keep? What would you put it on?
Pretty much everything I eat.
Oh.
Anyway, let's get back to the game.
Oh, yes, I have the questions
Trivia
right
game.
here.
Okay, would you mind explaining kind of what's...
I would love to do that. I am so excited about this. Okay, so I had to hold my my cards together with a little hair clip because I didn't have any paper clips. And I was gonna go get some on the way, but all I could find was a Staples, and I don't think that they sell paper clips at Staples. That would be weird. So
Where did you find that?
Sure.
Where did you find
I
that?
ask
I
myself the same thing every minute she speaks.
my cousin is his friend. You must have missed my introduction. Jesse, his friend, that's my cousin.
very good.
Okay, so here's an example of how the question is going to go, okay? So I'm gonna read it, and then you're going to answer, okay? So
Basic trivia stuff.
basic trivia, and we're going to base it on things that I love, like casseroles and like dishes that you would find in my homeland that is an undetermined space somewhere in the Midwest.
Oh, wait, so all these questions are about Midwestern foods then?
That's right.
I did not study that.
I don't know anything about Midwestern foods either.
Oh,
so
we're gonna
this
help
is gonna
you
be
out.
a very low scoring game.
You know I love you boys, and I wouldn't let anything bad happen to you on live television. So I'm gonna make sure that you can get some of the questions. Okay, all right, here's the example. This heavenly dessert can be often found at church potlucks and picnics. It's real simple, okay? You take canned cherries, canned pineapples, and canned tangerines. I love a good tangerine. Mix it with the mini marshmallows and whipped cream. Yummy. What is it? Do you know? Does anybody know?
Would anybody in the audience like to?
Well,
take a stab at this. You're welcome to openly discuss before you submit your
Well, this is just
answer.
the example, so
Oh,
I'm
I'm
gonna
sorry,
give
yes.
you the answer. It is ambrosia, Watergate salad, ambrosia, what a name.
Fruit salad.
That's not it, it's ambrosia, Watergate salad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the actual answer that
You
she...
were a little off.
A little slow on the draw.
I think if we had known the type of church.
It's definitely something that I would go to, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I haven't been in a while. There was a little bit of an argument the last time that we had to put a potluck together because, you know, some people don't like my advice, but that's fine. Okay, so question number 1, this is not the example, so are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, you look intense there. You're really thinking it through, and you look like you have brains in that little head, so we're gonna go right ahead. Okay, alrighty. So this food is from Minnesota, love Minnesota, and we don't call it casserole. You start with a casserole dish. You fill it with frozen veggies and cream of chicken from a can, and you top it off with tater tots and bake it till it's yummy. And I got a hint for you. Do you want the hint? It's not a casserole, but much like casserole, the name is just the plating. Did everybody hear me? I sounded like I was from Austin Powers, right? Again.
Yes, he's a British character. By the way.
Mike Myers, what a guy. Okay, we're gonna break it down into 2 words. The first word is the opposite of cold.
Hot.
That, oh my gosh, you're a genius. That's right. And the second one is you put it on it. It's like a
Dining cot.
dish and a spoon.
Fork?
I just want to help you, sweetie, so much.
All right, my chance to steal.
Oh, you want to go?
Hot dish.
Yeah! That's right. That's right. Okay.
The first time ever on my show, I got one.
Okay, that is right.
I am so
That
bad.
is your first time.
Thank you. Yes. We've done this. It's my 3rd time doing it. That's my very first point.
Oh,
man.
sweetie.
Okay, I'm good for another 3 more episodes
Okay.
then. Yeah.
Minnesota was founded by the French.
Was it now?
Was that where the name comes from?
I do believe so.
You don't say. That is
Dish.
just interesting.
Dish,
Okay,
dish.
now to the next question. Next time you're at a Cubs game, you might order one of these topped with mustard, relish, onions, tomatoes, and pickles. I love pickles. But no ketchup. Okay, I do not want to see a drop of ketchup on these things at all. On this dog, I don't want. Oh wait, I wasn't supposed to say dog. Okay, well, all right. You know, I apologize to your actual assistant who wrote the questions.
That's only half the answer.
It's only half the answer.
Okay,
So
so
if
let's-
you were at a Cubs game,
You guys can talk about the question out loud before you submit your.
Baseball game? Who are the Cubs?
they're in Chicago. Daddy wasn't supposed to say that word either. Okay, well, I didn't say the middle word, so Chicago something
What
down.
kind of animals are these Cubs?
They are bears.
Bears.
Yeah, young bears.
You boys aren't picking up what I'm laying down here. I'm trying to give you some of the answers, and you're not really picking it up. Boys.
Pick it up.
No. Chicago.
Yes.
Chicago, and then a what?
The Chicago Cubs.
Chicago, not cold dog.
All right, come on.
Not cold.
Yuki's gonna get another point, and
Yeah.
this is just gonna be embarrassing for me, and I'm gonna get fired from my job if you don't get these questions.
Oh, what's your job?
I'm your assistant. You
Are you doing it?
Chicago hot dogs.
Hot dog. Point for Randall.
Not cold. Very good. Yeah.
Sweet peas.
Could be
okay.
just warm. Then.
Oh, yes. Oh, my goodness, I love these. Okay, this next one is a sweet snack that I like to eat when I'm watching movies on the Hallmark Channel or on a road trip. Okay, so you take cereal like Chex Mix. It's not Chex Mix. That is not the answer.
Good.
It's
Alright.
Chex cereal, okay? And you coat it with melted peanut butter, and then you top it with some powdered sugars, okay? And then it's sweet just like me. And you'll be seeing, bow wow, these are yummy. Bow wow.
What? If I may.
Scooby snacks?
Oh my goodness, you guys, you're doing a really good job, but that's not it. I don't think you've ever eaten these kinds of snacks before. Then you would have eaten them in kindergarten, maybe.
What movie
What
would you
movie?
be watching when eating the
Oh,
snacks?
well, you know, I love anything that's romantic. I really do,
yeah.
because romance is just so important.
Right.
It really is.
It is.
But yeah. So I don't know exactly anything on the Hallmark Channel seems like what I would watch.
That
for
does
sure.
seem like what you would watch.
It
yeah.
does, yeah.
Oh, Mom.
So, Puppy. Oh, I keep giving you the answers. Oh,
You guys don't say it. I'm gonna steal it soon.
everybody can help. Yes!
All right, yeah.
Oh,
Another point for
sweet.
Randall.
Why do they? Is it also for canines?
Oh my goodness, you know, I bet they'd love it because my dog, he sure does love peanut butter. So, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Probably
and
should give him powdered sugar though, right?
I
Probably
don't
not.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think people have been actually
I think
giving it
you
to
probably
puppies.
could, but it would be bad for the dog.
I'm gonna say
That's
since we're on
why I
television.
said you shouldn't. Yeah.
We're on television,
Exactly.
and there's that retired detective in the
Yeah.
audience, and so I don't want to, say that you should give your dog puppy chow. I think it might give him some sort of issues. So you have to see a veterinarian. Okay, let's do the next question. This next dish, it starts with spaghetti noodles in a bowl, okay, and then you cover it with ground beef and shredded cheese and oyster crackers. Oh. Chef's kiss, Yuki. I used to eat these out of a styrofoam bowls at the Paris place. Okay, so but then yeah, it's delicious. So anybody know? No? I just make it at home now. I still use the styrofoam bowls because it makes me feel nostalgic.
It is. It's right on the tip of my
It's
tongue.
spaghetti in the bowl, and then you put on the beef and the shredded cheese and the oyster crackers. I like to put red onions. Some people put white onions.
Ramen.
That is not it. Okay, so we're gonna break this down just a little bit more. Okay, so
These are very hot.
2 words, okay, and they both start with a C. Okay, and the second one is something that you know, don't you? What is it?
Cincinnati chili.
That is correct.
You never
But
heard of
you
this
had
thing.
said that you eat it at the Bears games.
I don't know much about geography or anything like that. I'm just
Okay.
reading the
Yeah,
question.
where are you from exactly again?
I'm from somewhere
Midwest?
that's
Yeah.
Okay, so this pie should have at least 2.5 inches of tomato sauce, cheese, sausage, pepperoni, and mushrooms, all carried on a thick, soggy crust, or maybe a little bit of a crisp on the edge of it, It's
Toast.
just New York's got nothing on this slice.
Come on. Even you must know.
Pizza.
What kind? They talk about it on the television sometimes.
Slice.
Detroit pizza.
No, we're gonna go deep
Taco
down,
pizza.
deep.
Deep dish pizza.
Yes,
It's a callback to the hot dish.
that's right. To the hot. Yes.
Right.
Suzanne's losing it. Just okay. Now here's the perfect.
How do you like it, huh?
You're right, Yuki. Okay, guys, come on now. We got to get the next question. Yuki's got a lot more work to do over there.
He's boiling mad.
Is you boiling over there, Yuki?
Deep frying, but
Deep
I
fry.
guess boiling in oil. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Boil it. Yeah, it is a different version.
If you say boiled, it makes it sound like it's healthier instead of fried. I hear on the
Boiled
Yeah.
in oil. Okay. I'll
Yeah.
start doing that. Yeah.
I read on the news and on Wikipedia too that frying things is bad for your health.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Oh, wait, frying things or eating fried things?
Oh, that's a good question. You know?
You have someone else fry it for you.
Oh my goodness, it might have better health effects.
It
Like
might,
if
yeah.
you're frying it and then I'm just eating it, maybe
Yeah.
it's not as bad.
Maybe
for
like
you.
50-50, you know, like.
I agree. Yeah, I
okay.
love this. That's
I like this
so
arrangement.
good.
We can do that.
We should write a book, Yuki.
Don't worry, guys. I fried this up for you. So when you eat it, there will be no health drawbacks whatsoever.
Yay!
National Food Fact.
I think we should co-author a cookbook, Yuki. What do you think?
Sure, yeah.
Let's do it.
Can
It
I just
can
do
include
the,
tips like that.
Can I just do the forward? And you
No.
do the rest?
Yeah, okay. I don't know.
You know, I'd be happy to help write this as well.
He does work for Facebook.
I have a little bit of experience
Writing?
writing, yes.
Okay.
Tell us more.
Any credits that you care to share?
Well, I did have my thesis on British colonial diplomacy.
Okay. Yeah, where'd you go to school?
It's a good read. Well, I'm from
Hogwarts.
King.
Did you go?
No, almost. No, I'm
Man, come on.
It was a
Not
joke.
everyone from Great Britain went to Hogwarts.
It's a comedy show.
No, I don't know. No one I know. But no, I actually came from Cambridge.
Okay, you were
Yeah.
born and raised there?
Wow.
Yeah, I grew up there. I went to Indiana State University. And,
Oh my goodness, you did not.
I really,
You did not.
I did.
You did not.
Incredible history.
So you,
program.
you left Great Britain, Cambridge, to go to Indiana University?
Yes, I applied to Cambridge and Oxford, and I ultimately decided the history program at Indiana State. real. I mean, it's on the rise.
It
man.
really is. It really is.
Real
Indiana
up-and-coming
University
program.
is just a top-notch school, and you know
Yes, Indiana State is on the rise.
that's right.
Right.
Yeah,
Whole
the
state.
state as a whole is really popping. Okay, so now, here's the perfect dip for sports games in cold weather. Oh my goodness, don't you just love cold weather and sports? They go together hand in hand. Okay, so you take some Budweiser. Delicious. My husband drinks it every night, and sometimes in the morning when he's feeling a little funny. So Budweiser and some mozzarella and some cheddar, and you throw it all in a slow cooker till it's one liquid. Then you pour that liquid, okay, into a bread bowl, and you dip little pretzels and chips into it. There is nothing more beautiful to look at than a big bread bowl full of this delicious dip. So do you know?
Beer, cheese, and bread.
Beer cheese. You got it on your first bowl. It's beer cheese.
What?
Yes,
That's
right. Yes.
right. Yeah. And
Yes.
do you want to know what the best part is?
Uh,
Sometimes when my husband, which ironically his name is Bud, whenever he finishes the cheese, I eat the bread. The bowl. Ha! No dishes.
Wow.
Amazing.
Your bathroom must be destroyed.
Randall!
I truly don't know what you're talking
There are children
about.
watching.
Okay.
Sorry.
Please, also we're cooking.
Yes, we are.
And I also didn't get the joke. So, okay.
You didn't miss anything.
Continuing on this lactose-based journey, if you find mozzarella sticks are too fancy, which they are if we're being really honest, I like to go with these bites, battered, not breaded. They're from Wisconsin, but they're good in any bar if you ask me.
Pub.
Pub.
Yeah,
Is that what you British people say?
we do. Yes.
Oh, good.
Pub.
Okay. Where you drink your butter beer.
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so this is a 3-word thing. Okay, 3-word answer. Number 1 is we were talking about it earlier. Okay, so we're not get it's less healthy this way, but the first word is
Fried.
yeah, that's right. And the second one is a gift from the gods. The gods, they gave it to us. That's right, you know it. And the last one is a word that I think sounds kind of off-putting, but you know, it's all right.
Curds?
That's it.
See the whole thing?
That's it. It's a fried cheese curds.
I thought that was I thought curd was a
Is that
nasty word.
is it? In Britain?
Historically
I
speaking.
thought that you spoke the same language as us over there.
I thought the same thing too.
Yeah, there are some differences.
Oh, can you give me an example? Do you have one on the top of your head?
Like just now when you're talking about bar versus pub.
Oh,
I know, it's not at all the same, hard to remember,
yeah. Yeah.
but nuances.
Nuance. That's a hard word. I don't know about that one.
No, that's okay.
Okay.
That's
All
all
right, last one. Question number 8.
All right.
This is the last question, and God help me. Oh, yeah, God help me if we don't get this one right together. Okay. You take a can of the chicken of the sea. And I just like to pause here because I know that people get confused when we start saying chicken of the sea because
I am.
you are. Because chickens do not live in the sea. I had to ask the associate at Walmart about that one day. I was really confused and I thought, my God, they've been putting these chickens in the sea.
Doesn't seem humane.
It's inhumane. Suzanne, get it together.
What have they been
Suzanne.
eating over there?
Okay, so chicken of the sea, and you mix it with egg noodles. Also delicious and confusing because, well, I don't know. Are there eggs in those noodles, Yuki? The egg noodles?
Are there eggs in egg noodles?
Yeah. I truly
Yes.
do not know the answer to this question. There are.
It's in the name.
In the name, or do they? How in the world do they make
Oh,
an
well,
egg
this
into
is-
a noodle?
If you're actually asking for information, yes, what they do normally, and maybe I'll try to do this on the show one day, is they create a well out of flour. They set flour down in a mound, they push it to a form of like a little volcano, and inside the middle of this volcano, they put eggs, or maybe it's just egg yolks. And then they mix it, just like on the cutting board. And
Oh
if you-
my goodness.
If you mess it up,
So it's
then the
mixed-
egg's gonna go spill out this way or that way. So you have to like
Oh, you
make sure.
spin it.
Yeah, well, you're mixing it.
Spinning the egg again.
Well, it confused me a little bit because
was
it's
hurt.
the egg in the noodle, and
Oh yeah,
so
take it out of the shell.
You
Sorry,
take
break
it
of the
out,
shell.
okay.
And then mix it,
Okay.
and then yeah, that dough is what you use to make egg noodles.
well,
It's,
that just
pretty fun.
sounds absolutely.
But yes, I'm sorry. Last yeah. last
Delicious.
trivia
Okay,
question.
yeah, I'm sorry. We're going off the rails here, guys. Okay, so you take a can of the chicken of the sea, which is just chicken. Okay, forget the sea part, and you mix it with egg noodles, which really is just noodles, but it has egg in the ingredients. Okay, and then you put some frozen peas and corn. So chicken of the sea, egg noodles, frozen peas, and corn. So it's healthy because it has those vegetables in it. And then you bake it. And you know, my secret is that I top mine off with potato chips, you know, and sometimes a little bit of fried onions. You can get them in the little cans. I love to pop the top of those cans. They smell so delicious. The little fried
Don't they?
onions.
Oh yeah.
No?
Yeah.
Anybody?
No,
Chicken
no one.
noodle soup.
Well, now you forgot the chicken of the sea. Oh my God, you know what I did there. I told you that chicken of the sea was chicken. It's not. Oh my goodness, I got myself confused.
It is not of the sea.
It's tuna. That's what it is. I forgot. The Walmart associate explained it to me, and I forgot what they said.
I had no idea that tuna was a bird.
Well, it's not. It's not, Sweet Pea. So it's tuna with egg noodles, frozen peas, and corn. It's so healthy. It really is.
Are the other
It's a
ingredients?
casserole. It's a casserole.
At this point, you've said all the words.
I said them all.
At some point.
I
yes.
did. I'm really not doing a very good job of this. I hope.
Oh
that
no, we're just bad guessers. I think this
Okay,
time.
but
Yeah.
you're not gonna hold this against me, are you? You
No.
Not this particular thing. No.
Not this thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Tuna casserole.
You did it. That
And with a
You beat me
score-
to it.
is, and the score would be that you got one,
Yeah.
and you guys got all the rest of them.
Ah.
So you win.
Alfred, our winner.
You guys are
Hey.
winners.
Would you like the? I think I brought maybe two options. We have extra spicy and we have medium. Here we go.
Extra spicy.
Extra spicy it is.
Oh, yeah.
Enjoy.
Yay! Good for you, sweetie. Oh.
Did it! Can you believe it? We made 3 dishes in about an hour-ish.
That did not take us very long.
No.
We did such a good job, didn't we?
That was much simpler than I thought it would be.
Yeah.
Excellent work. You
Yes.
two. You should get a high
Good
five.
job, team.
Good job, team.
Mostly me. Speaking of, could I
So
get someone to bring our? Oh, excellent. Okay. So to recap, we have our kabocha gohan. We have our, thank you very much, our simmered kabocha dish.
Oh.
This is our close-up. We got a nice, beautiful close-up of that. Why don't we try one of these pieces live on air?
That looks
Here you go.
All right. Very good.
Can
Suzanne,
I
you want to help
try
yourself
it
too?
too?
Yes, absolutely. It's been simmering for like 25-30 minutes in the back in that broth that we just made. You'll know it's done because a toothpick will easily poke into it. And then, like I said, you could take this off the heat and then just put it into a container where also put the broth in as well and just let it continue to help absorb that flavor. Is it too hot?
Hurry up, it's really good.
Oh. All right, down the hatch.
Yuki, that is so delicious.
It's only going to get better tomorrow.
Oh my goodness.
If there's any left.
Would you serve this just by itself, or would you put it with something on the side? I mean, I could eat it. It's just delicious as candy, to be honest with you.
Japanese foods tend to go a lot of small plates.
Okay.
So they wouldn't make like a big plate where there's like rice and this and next to it or whatever.
Okay.
This would be served in its own small container. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like,
It's like tapas.
tapas?
Tapaz. No, I did read on the Wikipedias that it was spelled, or not spelled, it was pronounced. That was the word that I was looking for.
And where do you
Pronounced.
think it originates from?
Oh, tapas. For
Maybe
not-
Wisconsin.
Oh, boy.
Possibly.
Maybe Wisconsin. You know what? That's as accurate as we're gonna get around here.
Yeah.
Indiana.
Okay.
Things are really on the rise there.
And I have our kabocha gohan,
Big trajectory.
which is steaming hot, so I'm gonna be careful here. Look at that.
Oh.
Yes, our kabocha pieces are floating along in there nicely, and then we
Oh.
also have a good base of salt and cooking wine in there. I'm gonna go and unplug this.
Oh, you put wine in it.
A little bit of cooking wine, yeah. Cooking
no.
rice wine.
Right.
Well, now I get a little
I could
crazy if I drink too much wine. Is that going to happen to me today, Yuki?
No, it cooks out, so you should be just fine. Why don't I,
Oh, well,
just for display purposes.
Bud will be disappointed, but it's all right.
I could go for wine.
Could you? Well, I can't drink. My husband's not here, so we gotta.
Common law.
Yeah. No. There was a big wedding.
Ah.
Very big.
Congratulations.
Yes.
Okay, and then lastly, the kabocha tempura that we just finished making, we have right here.
That looks so good, Yuki. You are just the best chef I've ever seen in my life, up close and in person. I've seen some things on the television, but it makes sense because look at you here. You are on the television right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what to say to that.
You're
thank
so
you.
good. Yeah, sweetie.
Why don't we try some of these too?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay, just grab yourself a toothpick. Let's do
May
a
I
fresh
put-
one.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
I
just
would
put
like.
that one down.
I'd like.
And
to
we decided that these would be we would fry or boil these.
Boiled in oil for about 2 to 4
Yes.
minutes each at 350
Health.
degrees.
It's very healthy.
Yeah, the problem with water doesn't get that high temperature wise. So
And
you
we
gotta
feel
use oil.
fine
Just
about
take a piece, and I'm just gonna pour a little bit of our homemade. This is called tentsuyu. It's a homemade dipping sauce that you normally get.
I'm not
with-
trying to be too precious. I just want to make sure that I'm not
The
getting.
dipping sauce that you get for just do it over the over here so that we can get on everything else. Okay. And then just try a little bit of that.
I
Randall,
interrupted
would
you. Tell me
You're
about
fine.
the sauce.
So this is
again.
called tentsuyu. It's just made out of that same broth that we used earlier for making the nimono. Also soy sauce and a little bit of mirin, which is it's a sweeter version of a cooking wine. And then also a little bit of sugar, and then you just heat that up until the sugar melts, and then you have a nice dipping sauce. Have you got one piece that you'd like to?
Oh yeah, sorry.
You know,
What's
that
thing over
is
there?
just.
Okay,
I don't know why
pull it
that
over
one's
here,
there.
please. Yep. And then we're gonna just.
Oh, I
That's
just
right.
wish that you all could taste it. I'm sorry to tell you that I might be trying to take more of these, and there might not be any left over because they are just so darn good.
Absolutely. Okay, so as I said, we've made it. This is the 3 different dishes that we made in under an hour with this one magical gourd.
It tastes like squash, like regular, like squash.
That's what it's made out of, yeah.
Right.
It's made out of squash. That's right, sweetie, and it's really good, don't you think?
I believe it. Yeah.
Okay.
It's delicious.
So as we get ready to wrap things up, and I finish chewing this, Randall, thank you very much for being here.
Sure.
So everyone give Randall
yeah.
And would you mind if you'd like to plug anything, your social media, upcoming shows, anything that you're excited about?
Sure, yes. You can find me on Facebook. Heard of it? And I have a good friend, comedian friend of mine named Brennan Lee. He has you can find him on Instagram, which is also part of Facebook. Don't lose sight of that. We own everything. Brenn, BRENNLEE 23. So you can find him there. But yeah, that's the job that I do, promotion.
Oh, you're so amazing. I gotta bow because I heard that we
Yeah,
should always,
really.
or curtsy because you're from England.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, no, you don't have to. Yeah, that's
I
fine.
will do it anyway.
Well,
All right. Okay. You know, I also, before we forget, I did, while I was sitting over there, I was thinking about that boiled egg thing. And I know that I messed up a little bit. Okay, but I
Okay.
have a mnemonic device that I remembered that I'd forgotten before. And that
Okay.
is how you remember.
I see. Okay,
about
so you
the
forgot
egg.
this one. This is the helpful one.
This is the helpful
Right.
part. Okay, so now hold Hold on.
Okay, just take a minute to think about
Okay.
it. Take a minute to think about it, and I'm going to run through the rest of our plugs. Will that be okay?
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great. So as for this show, Laughs for Lunch, we're going to be back in 2 weeks with an all-new recipe, all new guests, all new sketches, all new everything. It's going to be such a great time. 2 weeks, same place, same time. But in the meantime, for keeping up with what I'm cooking up, try looking up Laughs for Lunch on Instagram.
Yeah.
I want to give big thanks to Game On ATX for hosting us for this show. To make your game show fantasies come true, check out Game On ATX.
Oh my god.
Also want to give a big thanks to our sketch group that came in, Juice Bar. Let's hear it for them. All right.
I remembered.
Oh, okay.
I remember. Yes.
All right.
Okay. If you get it to spin, that is not a win. But if it does rotate, that is an egg, mate.
Mate.
Mate. That's a British term.
It is.
It is.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
That's our show. Thank you. All right. I think it came out pretty darn good.
Easy to bang up.